Hi guys, MLBB just got a very big update recently. And this time, Minotaur got a few adjustments. Like many people, at first, I was really confused about why Moonton decided to consider him as being revamped, when it was mainly only about artwork and model. This update actually did buff Minotaur a little, in the sense that Mino's ultimate will always be available after entering rage mode. Not only that, but the healing skill too. In exchange, they nerfed his rage regenerated from his ultimate, but slightly increased his rage regenerated upon hitting non-hero units. A lot of players felt disappointed with the update. I did too at first, but actually, after practicing the revamped Minotaur, I would say that he is a much better version than the previous one. If played properly, he is really a beast, and you have probably already seen that in my intro. Anyway, since there are still quite a few flaws in the hero unlike other revamped ones like Karina, Alpha, and Sun who are almost flawless, I do hope that Moonton would buff him just a little more, so we can actually see him in high-tier matches and tournaments. In case you were wondering where is the above patch notes from, those were actually all his adjustments in detail as written in the advanced server update. When his revamp was officially released, they decided to just use a summarized version. So, if you are wondering how he was actually adjusted, you can pause the video and read the patch notes here. This gameplay was before the season reset. For your information, I was a little busy in real life, so I pre-recorded a lot of gameplays but have not edited them. Just some sneak peek here. These are the videos that would be uploaded here soon.
Please pick a hero.
Our team had Eve, and this alien can actually combo pretty well with Minotaur's ultimate. On the other hand, the opponents had a chang'e, which is why this was a perfect chance to pick Minotaur. Not only Mino could counter her by knocking her airbound, the most important thing is that heroes with continuous attacks like chang'e and claw can help Minotaur to gain rage faster. And this allows Minotaur to have the ultimate available most of the time, which is one of the deadliest crowd control skills in the game. Always use Flicker for Minotaur, because with that, you can reach more enemies with your ultimate. These are my builds. In case you were wondering if my previous video on how to build any tanks can still work for the current meta, yes, it still does. But for some specific heroes, they would be countered more effectively using specific builds. That is why I would like to thank Moonton for finally helping tanks open up more build choices. As for the emblem setup, I think that Moonton's exclusive emblem for this hero is really suitable for his playstyle. Tenacity is really great for him as he is a tank that should soak a lot of damage in order to gain rage to turn the tide of battle. To do that, he would normally already be in low HP. Do not underestimate this on Minotaur. These extra defense stats can actually be really useful on most tanks. And don't forget Mino's rage mode gives a lot of defense stats, especially in late game. Combining with the emblem, the skill 2, and the new roaming skill, Favor, he can really stay a lot more longer in fights, while being annoying to the enemies. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the gameplay.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Just like before, always buy the roam item first before joining the fights. In my opinion, the Favor blessing is the best for Minotaur. In this game, I leveled up the skill 1 by mistake. After rewatching the gameplay, I feel that it is better to upgrade the healing skill for Minotaur when any game starts. When playing Minotaur, you gotta make sure to not be too aggressive before you reach level 4, because you do not have any skill for initiating and crowd controlling. In this game, both teams' core was not playing correctly. After the latest update, the gold and experience you can gain will be reduced by a lot as long as you equip Retribution. Just look at Vale's and Brody's level difference. Clearly it is because of the experience reduction from Retribution. That is why it is not recommended to take the middle waves before going to the jungle anymore. A lot of the enemies are near the top lane, which means a team fight is very likely to break out soon. However, I gotta be a little patient until I reach level 4. Before that, I can't do much. Because of his death by the enemy's gang, Chu was already thinking of surrendering, but he really underestimated our team's capability. Soon, you will see how powerful the Alien X-Cow combo truly is. Without my ultimate, I couldn't help Eve to stop Guinevere. She should have retreated as she saw Guinevere going to her. Minotaur may not have the heal of Raffaella and Estes, but it is still enough for him to continue fighting. Since he is a tank, he has enough durability already. Cool, look who is here. Both my ultimate and flicker is available. Brody has chosen death. Remember guys, when your team died or just respawned and was far away from the Lord or Turtle, if you are the jungler, you should try not to risk your life for a very unlikely steal. Might as well continue farming the other jungle monsters, at least you will not fall to behind by feeding the enemies.
Initiate retreat.
Well, I made a mistake too. I was expecting to make another epic moment by entering the rage mode again, but it seemed like they'll do my plan already. Here, I was estimating how much rage I could gain if being hit by the enemies continuously. Which is why you can notice me not retreating even though I'm low in HP. Eve is coming, and my rage bar is almost full. Upon entering the rage mode, I would gain lots of HP back thanks to my skill too. Also, I would be much more durable. Everything was calculated and planned. Once the enemies fall for my trap, well, I guess my ultimate was casted too late. Nevertheless, I managed to buy time for Eve by making Brody believe he could kill the low HP pool, which is still good. As you can see here, I am selling the silence robe as I knew it does not work that well encountering chang'e. Therefore, I decided to build the new item, Radiant Armor instead. This item is excellent encountering magic continuous damage dealers such as Eve, Chang'e, Alice and Kimmy. If you are wondering why I chose encountering chang'e rather than the one-shot mage, Vale, it is because Vale is very unlikely to be able to kill me that easily. On the other hand, chang'e is well known for being able to melt down any target, even tanks, with her ultimate. My passive and the base stats of Radiant Armor are already enough to go against Vale, so I would only buy Radiant Armor for magic defense, and equip other defense items later into the game. Rip Maniac.
Takes one swing at a time.
Destroyed a turret.
The path is my momentum.
After rewatching the gameplay, I realized we could have won this fight if only I used my ult instead of jumping in, since our Chu was already on the way here. That was definitely a big misplay. Just trying to maintain my rage before joining the fights.
Ult is ready.
We did manage to kill their core, which was pretty good. However, our core was left danger alone. Regardless, all the enemies are now low in HP. Claude shouldn't have problems surviving. Whenever you have your non-rage ult ready, and you are preparing to join a fight, don't hesitate to use the skill. With that, you will reach full rage quicker the moment you enter a fight. Unlike other tanks, Minotaur is one you should not mess with before team fights just to expose his location, because it will end up helping him to gain range, and this can become a threat later on.
Battle spell is ready. Enemy has been slain. Ult is ready.
Just pretend you did not see how I messed up. This was only my second game after playing the revamped Mino, so I personally think that the quick chat is really misleading. I actually meant to tell my team my ult was almost ready as I am getting full rage soon, but the system showed my non-rage CD instead. LOL.
Your team destroyed an enemy has been slain.
Victory takes one swing at a time.
Enemy has been slain. Double kill.
While I was respawning, my team somehow managed to kill 4 of them. Now is the right time to take the Lord.
Of Minotaur will be known across the land.
Request battle spell is ready. Ally has slain Ult is not.
By the way, I forgot to mention why I bought Blade Armor. After the latest update, Blade Armor now reflects 25% damage dealt in one basic attack excluding damage reduction, which is quite effective against Brody. This is because Brody's basic attack has high damage scaling. This will also mean more damage reflected to him.
Ready.
For the Minotaur blood that runs in you.
Knowing a team fight is about to happen, I am preparing myself so I could enter the fight with enough rage.
Victory takes one swing at a time. Not even close to
Ult
what the
is ready.
maze offers.
Launch attack. Launch attack. Your team destroyed the turret. An ally has been slain. Mega kill.
Of Minotaur will be known
Launch
across
attack.
the land.
Just like before, instead of retreating completely, I am trying to stay in the fight longer so I can lure the enemies to hit me.
Team destroyed the turret. Ult is not ready.
If only it had her ultimate, we would have ended the game here. I was just trying to show you that Minotaur's rage mode is so useful now, because I just used my ult, but it is already available as soon as I enter rage mode again. Well, this is what happens if you overestimated your tankiness. When your HP is so low, and you just exited the rage mode, it is time to retreat already.
No journey too far. Find my feet. I have a hammer.
Launch attack.
This heal you see here is from the roaming skill, Favor. Minotaur is the only tank other than Lolita who could use this roam item, as they have skills that can regenerate shield or HP for teammates. As shown in Favor's description, it does not work on self-healing skills, which means Beleric. Boo, Uranus can't trigger Favor. I have seen some tank players doing this kind of mistake, which is why I am pointing it out. Looking at the enemy's movement, they were really desperate to end the game by contesting the Lord, and I wouldn't let that happen. Now that only Chang'e is left alive, there was no need to take the Lord. We can easily end the game if we go for the base now. I really think Minotaur is a lot more better if compared to the old one, and he is a great mid-late tank now. With just a little more tweaks, I think he would really enter the meta. Moonton can probably consider giving him damage reduction as he charges the non-rage ult, because now he literally slows down and gains disadvantage when charging the skill, and it can only be used like the way I mentioned earlier, which is to charge it before entering any fight. That's all for this video. If you learned something new, consider leaving a like and subscribing. As always, stay safe and thank you for watching.